Let's turn my total music off. Let me get this started again, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101, and today we'll be talking about FuelCell Energy. I know a lot of you guys have been hearing about FuelCell Energy as late as of Thursday. They've been doing absolutely, good. If you like Plug Power, if you like Bloom Energy, then you probably will like FuelCell Energy as well. Now, I remember when this stock back in October, okay, it's only November, late November, but back in October, this stock was around $2 or $3 in October. And I looked at it and I looked at it and I looked at it. I said, well, I felt as though that Plug Power was really taking up a lot of the market space in this particular like hydrogen or clean energy or biogas sort of sector. But there's really three stocks in this sector that's doing very, very well. And that's Plug Power, Bloom Energy, and FuelCell Energy. And I had no idea that FuelCell Energy was going to do this well. Okay, I had no idea that FuelCell Energy was going to do this well, and they're absolutely killing it. Now, JP Morgan and Chase actually hurt the stock a little bit by pulling back off of it, saying that, they're not going to recommend a buy at this particular time. And I believe that was late last week, okay? I believe that was on Friday, if I'm not mistaken, which kind of made this stock today pull back because in pre-market was on pretty well in the pre-market. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Let me go through this very quickly. Now, the past 5 years, as you can tell, FuelCell Energy has been up 1,000%. 1,000% in the past 5 years. But let's go through this. The past year, 1,300%. The past 3 months, 261%. The past month, 382% roughly. The past week, they've been down. And then today, they're up 3.5%. But here's the thing. Right now, they're under $10. So let me give you some perspective with this. So I want you to look right here, November 27th. There was at $9.97, okay? November 27th at 10 a.m., they were $10.08. Then November 30th, as I told you right before the pre-market, they were up $10.45, and now they're under $10. And a lot of this has to do with JP Morgan and Chase, okay? Has a lot to do with JP Morgan and Chase. And we'll get into other stocks like Plug Power and Bloom Energy that is in this sector that is, essentially their competition. But we have to understand where FuelCell Energy has come from. They come from around $2. So let me go back in 3 months and show you back in October. Look how much this stock was worth. Back in October, this stock was worth $2. And now it's up to $10. And I was looking at this stock because this is when I was in my fuel sort of space with electric vehicles and Plug Power and Bloom Energy. I didn't go with Bloom Energy, but I went with Plug Power, which is a good investment nonetheless. But I could have made some good money off of Bloom Energy and also FuelCell Energy. I probably would have made the most money looking back after I did the numbers with FuelCell Energy, just because I would have been buying it around $2 per share. Okay, around $2 per share. Someone said they can't see anything. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure that I can. Okay, I believe I'm good now. I believe that I'm good now. Okay, let me go back. Thank you for that update. I appreciate that. Sometimes this platform does some weird things, but nonetheless, that's when I should have bought in that. And a lot of times I don't like to give you guys this information straight up front because of the volatility. And I'm looking at a lot of the analysts and I'm looking at their sustainability over time. But this space that they operate in is going to be around for a long time. As we start to move away from fossil fuels, because this doesn't only do with hydrogen gas, but it also deals with biogas. Okay. So those are the sorts of sectors and industry that we need to be looking for, that now that we have this new shift in politics, a lot of things you're going to be hearing are going to start with the word green, green this, green energy, green new deal, green biogas, and all sorts of this green stuff, meaning it's going to be environmentally safe for the economy, environmentally safe for the planet. So we need to look at stocks in those particular sectors. Now, as you can tell, I'm down because of what JP Morgan and Chase came out with. They're no longer supporting the buy with this particular stock. And we understand that these things fluctuate throughout the day, fluctuate throughout the week, fluctuate throughout the month. So we have to continue to look at this stock as a long-term investment, okay? But there's money to be made here. And I know a lot of you guys love stocks that's under $15, love stocks that's under $20. So here's one of those stocks that I recommend, in my opinion, that I believe that you guys can make some money with down the line. This is not, I want to say this is not a month stock, not a 2 stock. This is more like a 2 flame rating stock, but we're looking at anywhere from a year from now. But again, you should be looking at those long-term stocks for your portfolio. Now, as you can tell, I only have 7.7 shares, roughly 8 shares. The cost for me was $81, but I also have an option that actually expires December 18th. Now, right now, as you can tell in my option, I'm down $22, but we'll see. Again, anytime you buy an option within a month time frame, you are being very, very risky with your options. Okay, that's a very, very risky option when you're buying it that close to the expiration date. Okay, so I'm not telling you at all to do what I'm doing, but I've made some really good money being risky in some of these options. This looking at the projections of where this stock could go within the next 3 or 4 weeks. But again, I'm gonna be watching the stock pretty much every day and see when can I sell this option before it expires out of the money. Okay. Related list, you got energy. Okay, that's pretty much it. It says here, pre-market prep stock of the day, FuelCell Energy, analyzing FuelCell Energy's unusual options activity. Probably was me in there as well. But as you can tell, the stock has been doing pretty well, but the quarterly fiscal earnings here is showing that it's been moving sideways, that's not a good projection there. So I won't stay there too long. What else is significant? You got Plug Power. That's the only one that's pretty much in the space that I see here. When we go over to Market Watch, you have Market Watch having this as a under, meaning undervalue in a sense, but also under buy. Now, when it comes to their performance rating, in the past 5 days, they've been up 15%. The past month, 355%. The past 3 months, 245. But in the past year, FuelCell Energy has been up. Let me raise this up for you. Has been up 1,500%, almost 1,600%. So again, a lot of times when you guys see things in the green, you want to go ahead and buy, but you might want to wait for a market correction so you can buy at a lower price point, so you can come in and buy more shares. And so when it does rise, when it does increase, you'll make that much more money, especially in the percentages. That's where the money is, in the percentages, okay? Because when I look at mine, this was not a smart buy by me. I'll just let the cat out the bag. I'll kill the ante on this one. This wasn't a smart buy, okay? I am still losing as we speak. Still losing as we speak. So this was not a good buy, okay? All right, moving right along. What I love to see here when it comes to FuelCell Energy, and now look where they're at now. They're down at 970. So again, that JP Morgan Chase information came out that they're no longer supporting a buy rating when it comes to FuelCell Energy has definitely hurt this stock today. It's trying to make its way back to $10, but man, it's struggling. And I know the market just opened up 35 minutes ago, but nonetheless, it's struggling, okay? Now, back here, what in the world am I looking at? Look at this. It was not no 6,000 and I don't know what's going on here. Let me see. I'll make sure I got this in American money. All right. This is a little bit better. So back in October, September timeframe, I told you guys it was teetering around $2 or $3. So again, we have to look at their stocks because I told you any stock kind of like under $5, I'm very, very weary about. But again, going back to this particular stock, right? If we look at the history of it, this stock or this company was founded back in 1969. So this is a very solid company that's been building its way. Now, it hasn't been released, but as far as it being public on the stock market, it's been on the stock market more than 5 years, okay? It just took some time to really gain some weight. So I'm really trying to find one of its low points here. Look at this. This stock last year, March 2019, was around 40 cents, 42 cents, around 42 cents. So whoever was heavily invested in this stock back then they made some good money. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a stock for my members. I'm going to find a stock for my members under $2 that I believe in the next 2 years can go from anywhere from 50 cents, okay, anywhere from 50 cents. I'm going to find a stock under $2 that can go anywhere from $1, $2, 50 cents, all the way up to $5. I think I'm gonna do the research on that, and I'm gonna release that on my members only channel. Okay, not my fans only. I don't have a fans only channel. You get that? Okay. Let's see who we have in the chat room today. We got Nolan Baptiste. Thank you, good sir, for moderating. We got some people from Periscope. We got Hand One. Nice to see you in the chat today, everyone. If you like this video so far, please give it a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe if you have not already done so. Okay. Let me move on, though. Let's go over to Zacks and see what Zacks is talking about. Now, Zacks is giving this a hold. I agree with Zacks. But I also agree that you should buy this, even though it's ticking down. Now, Zacks has it at 969. Let me give this a quick refresh. This was pre-market. All right. So it's a slight difference. Now they're around $9.75, okay? And Zach has it as a hold. Well, when it comes to momentum, growth, and value, I think value with an F is absolutely incorrect in my opinion. Growth, that's definitely, I want to know what quarter that they're reporting this growth at a D. It's at least a B in the past month or two. Okay, they went from $2 to $10. Growth is actually doing very, very well. Momentum should not be an F. My VGM score based upon Zacks, I definitely would give it a B or a C. C plus at best. That's just my intake on that. Now, I was reading Motley Fool about FuelCell Energy, and we can go over how much it's been raising the past few months. But here's the thing. It says right here that Bloom enjoyed a more muted recent rise up to 2.5% since the closing last week. Plug was actually down a bit, which explains why JP Morgan trained its sights on FuelCell and left the other two stocks alone for the time being. Okay. Moreover, noted the analyst spiked its share price at FuelCell seems to be taking place in the absence of new news, an environment that encourages downgrades. So again, JP Morgan downgraded this stock. Okay. To the extent I agree with that, but there is only one point in JP Morgan's note on which I like to quibble. Although JP Morgan made a tactical downgrade today and a downgrade to only neutral, not sell. Again, I told you they don't recommend to buy, so it's more like a hold. The analysts argue that FuelCell's fundamentals are good. The fundamentals are good and predicted the stock will earn a profit as early as 2022. Again, long-term stock. That's what they're saying. I think this is a dangerous prediction to make. The fact is, most analysts who follow FuelCell stock and who have done so for years don't see any chance of the company earning a profit anytime as far out as the estimate running of 2023 to be precise, according to the S&P Global Market Intelligence. So this is Motley Fool kind of contradicting what JP Morgan is talking about. But basically, one is saying 2022, the other one is saying 2023. And this one I'm talking about, this is a long-term stock where you got to look out 1 to 3 years, okay? 1 to 4 or 5 years to really start looking for profit. Now, if it continues to drop, I believe, in my opinion, you should still buy. When you consider that it's been 23 years since FuelCell earned any profit whatsoever, a continuation of that trend seems to more likely that FuelCell is suddenly learning how to make money in 2022. Sure, similar objectives can be made about Plug Power and Bloom Energy. See, all of these energy, biogas, and hydrogen gas stocks all in the same industry. As well as, it says, but even so, Plug at least has secured a vast war chest of cash to keep itself in business for the foreseeable future, while Bloom has proven itself at least occasionally capable of generating cash on its own. In my opinion, this makes either of those stocks a relatively safer bet than FuelCell. And the one thing JP Morgan and I agree on, okay, and I agree on as well. If you notice, that's why I said I invested with Plug Power versus FuelCell when I was looking at this. But there was a lot of people who made some good money, but you have to look far as 2022, 2023. But I want to go back here. I'm going to go to my portfolio and show you guys my portfolio, okay? Because I want to show you, the market is down, the market is down, the market is down. But I want to go to Plug Power, and I want to show you kind of the significance of how I invested with Plug Power. So Plug Power in February, earlier this year was $4. It was $4, and now it's $26. In October, FuelCell Energy was $2. Now it's, let me see where it was at. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Go back up here. $9.70, but pre-market, it was $10.45, okay? So that's kind of the significance in investing in a stock when it's down. And a huge input to all of these three stocks, Bloom Energy, Plug Power, and FuelCell Energy, is knowing the wave of the future as far as energy is concerned. And if you notice, a lot of people are doing hydrogen gas, clean gas, biogas, okay? And that's one of the things that FuelCell Energy actually pats itself on the back about. When I look at FuelCell Energy, the only thing you say is ultra clean, efficient, reliable power. Okay, this is the picture that they're displaying here. And other sorts of energy. FuelCell Energy, this was back in October that I was reading this story, and I wanted to show you guys when FuelCell Energy was $2.13. Again, I believe long-term there's money to be made with this particular stock. And I'm just going to read a little bit off their website. Bear with me. It says FuelCell Energy is a global leader in delivering clean, efficient, and affordable fuel cell solutions configured by the supply. Okay, they supply it, the recovery and storage of energy. We provide comprehensive turnkey solutions for our customers that include everything from the design and installation of a project to the long-term operation and maintenance of the fuel cell energy, okay? So that's everything that they're into. I'm not going to get into quite details about this particular stock, but they're in that sector with Plug Power and Bloom Energy. So I kind of gave you a quick synopsis, and here's my take on Plug Power. I'm up 65% in my portfolio, which makes me roughly $1,200 when it comes to Plug Power. Now, I did not invest in Bloom Energy, though. I did not invest in Bloom Energy. But Bloom Energy, let's look at their 5 years. They came out public in 2018. So I'm going to go over the past 5 years. Now, back in March, Bloom Energy, again, back in March, Bloom Energy was $3 per share. Look at Bloom Energy now, $25. So what is that telling me? You have Plug Power Bloom Energy, and you have FuelCell Energy. Now, without giving you guys all the financials, because right now they're not making any money, so to speak, but this market is hungry. A lot of people are now switching a lot of their fossil fuels into this clean gas. Okay, before we start getting into, we're going to, cover the entire building with solar panels. Okay, we're going to cover the entire building with solar panels, and we're going to have wind turbine engines, and we're going to have geothermal machines all inside the buildings. Before they get there, more businesses going to be operating off of hydrogen fuel and also biogas. That is what the market is telling me. And here's the thing. When you have these three large companies, they're going to be in competition. Matter of fact, they are in competition. So that's going to help. Competition is going to help FuelCell Energy stock price to go up, because then they're going to start turning profit. Now, I just don't believe that you got Bloom Energy on one side, Plug Power on one side, and this year they were both under $5. They were both under $5, and now both of them are above $20. So I'm just, I'm being skeptical here. I just believe, and a lot of times in investing, you shouldn't be emotional about what you believe. You're like, well, the indicators and the analytics tell me this. On this particular one, I'm just going to be real with you. I just believe that it's going to be over $20. I believe they're going to be over $20. And in the past month, they went from $2 to $10. And Bloom Energy and Plug Power have both went to in the past year, like I told you, let's see, coronavirus, Bloom Energy was at $3. Now they're over $25. Before coronavirus, at February 19th, Bloom Energy was up to $14. Bloom Energy was up to $14 right before COVID-19. Right before COVID-19. COVID-19 hits, they dropped down to $3. Okay, a lot of people made some good money off of this. And now this stock is over, well, it was over $25, but over $20. Okay, over $20. Let's go back to Plug Power. Where is it at? I know it's here. There it is. Now, let's do the same thing with Plug Power. All right, let's go back. So here we go. March, under $5 again. Under $5 again. Right now, they're over what? Over $25. So let me look at this really quickly. Let me just read a little bit about this, right? It talks about, it says what? Hydrogen and fuel cell systems. Hydrogen and fuel cell systems. Let me go back. Now, this is Bloom. This is Bloom Energy. It says convert standard low pressure natural gas or biogas into electricity through a electrochemical process without combustion. Okay, without combustions. The company was founded by these gentlemen here. Okay, so that's what they're in. They're into biogas. They're into natural gas. Plug Power's in hydrogen gas and also natural gas. So let me go back to FuelCell Energy, because we understand that Plug Power is into hydrogen gas and also fuel cells. Now, the name speaks for itself that FuelCell Energy is into fuel cell, but I'll go back and read a little bit. It says that it Power Solutions through a proprietary molten carbonate fuel cell technology. All right. It says it provides comprehensive service for the life of the power plant. What else does it has here? The firm's fuel cell solution is an alternative to traditional combustion-based power generation. It is complementary to an energy mix consisting of intermittent sources of energy such as solar and wind turbines. It provides solutions for various applications, including utility scale distributed generation on-site power generation, combined heat and power, distributed hydrogen, carbon capture, and hydrogen-based long duration storage. So as you can tell, FuelCell Energy is kind of like in the middle between Bloom Energy and also Plug Power, even though they deal in the same sector as Plug Power, and they also deal in the same sector as Bloom Energy, but they're kind of like in this niche space. And I like that niche space because it's like I'm covering what you cover, but not solely. I'm covering what you're covering, but not solely. But I'm in this little space that we can really explore. They can really exploit this particular space. So this is, in my opinion, this is a long-term investment that you guys can probably make a good profit off of, okay? All right, let's see who we got in the chat. We got Charles Green. Good morning, good sir. Jay Lovett, good morning. I know we got that meeting this morning, so make sure that you receive my Zoom invitation so we can get popping with that, kind sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's all I have right now. I think I'm going to get on a little bit later. I got a few business calls. I got to take care of a few meetings. We'll take a quick look at my portfolio. It's down. I'm down around $600. Okay, let's look at my total percentage here. My total percentage is 117, so it's not bad, not bad. Good morning, Ashley Hawkins. Nice to see you. Let's look at this very quickly, though. You know, before the market, I was up to 23 grand. Let me see if I can find that 23 grand. Look at that. I was up 23 grand before the market, but now I'm down. I'm down, you know, $600 something. And this is why I like to look at people. Let's take for instance, right? You make 35 grand a year. You make 35 grand a year. But by the investing, look how much I have in my pro. Not the big amount. Look what's under that. Let me blow that up so you can see it again. Let me blow this up. What if you can make what if you make 35 grand a year, but because your investments in the past year, I want to show you what I'm talking about. The past year, right here, the past year, you made 12 grand in investments. You see how investing can multiply your paycheck. And the only thing you have to do here, right, is just a little bit of research. The only thing you have to do here is be patient. Okay? And as before my very eyes, I see my profits just deleting itself. But you know me, guys, I'm not going to do anything significant right now. Okay? Okay? So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's your stock review for today. This is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired. Let me read somebody's quick note. Someone new, Luke Axe. I'm just going to call you Luke Axe. I've got an option with FuelCell expiring 18th. I do too. Should I wait it out? I'm doing well with it so far. I have one with them as well. I think you should wait it out because right now it's tanking. Right now your option is tanking. Let me look at mine very quickly. Let me look at my option. Right now I'm down $34 on my option. So if you're in the green, the longer you wait to execute the sale of your option, it's going to be riskier. So if you're in the green, you know, sometimes I just like to tell people, take the money and run. Take the money and run, okay? Because now that we are under a month for people who have a December 18th expiration date of your option, the closer you get to that date, the riskier and riskier and riskier it may be. Okay, could you make money? Yeah, but you have money now. So don't be greedy. Take the money and run. I bought this option today trying to be greedy, trying to be risky, and guess what? It's paying off in a negative way. That's all I'm going to say. It's paying off in a negative way. I'm down $38 on my shares. And yeah, I'm not doing well anywhere across the board when it comes to options on my shares. Okay. But the shares I'm going to keep, the option, hopefully I can bounce back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll talk to you guys on the next one. This is Financial Literacy 101. I'm out.